right, good morning, guys. It is March the 11th, 2022. It's a Friday into the working week. We are currently headed to Oak Ridge, Tennessee to do a hardwood refinishing job. We're going to do a screen and recoat on these hardwood floors. Our client just moved into the house and they're wanting the hardwood floors to look a little bit better. They're a little bit worn out. We had explained to him that a full sanding was recommended to get the hardwood exactly how they wanted it, but they didn't want to go with that option. You know, it was thousands more expensive, and not only that, they'd have to be out of the house for a few days to get this done. So we're gonna go in there. We've got a few repairs to make in the floors as well. We're gonna fill a few holes, gaps. I think they're gonna look night and day better. I think our client will be very pleased with it. Anyway, we'll jump into the next clip where I'll show you guys the hardwood floors and we'll get started. All right, guys, so we just got to the job. You can see the floors are pretty rough condition. We've got a few spots that we're actually gonna fill, a few holes. I believe there's another one here. So we're gonna get those filled for them. Bring some life back into these hardwood floors. A few dark spots. And again, you know, we have explained that some of these dark spots could be water damage, pet damage. And once it seeps through to that board, it can go all the way into the board. So you'd have to completely replace. It's gonna look much better. So what we're gonna do is actually hit it with a pretty aggressive screening, and then we're gonna tint the poly. So that way we kind of even it out, help blend it in. So I think that's gonna help with these hardwood floors. Same in here. These look to be in the best condition. The poly still looks pretty good in here. We're still gonna screen all of it, reapply the finish to it. But what we're gonna go ahead and do first, get all our equipment brought in. We're gonna go ahead and pre-vacuum, get all the dry soil off of here. We don't want to risk damaging anything when we screen it, any screws, loose, rock, anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get it pre-vacuumed, clean and tack, then we're gonna reapply that poly. So stay tuned. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and fill these holes. That way it gives them time to dry as we're screening the floor. Just gonna go ahead and fill that in. A little bit bigger. There's maybe one more here. Got that one filled. And this here, we're gonna try as much as we can to kind of fill this. You can see there's a pretty large gap, so we're gonna do our best to kind of fill this before we get started. Guys, it is missing quite a bit, so we're just gonna kind of lay it in heavy, come back through. Well, let me get it actually before picture, 1 second. All right, we'll go ahead and continue. That looks fantastic, if I do say so myself. Now guys, once it dries, it's gonna dry clear, and then we're gonna come over, screen it, put a poly over it. So that's not the final result. but definitely filled all those gaps in. Guys, so we just finished with the screening. So now what we're gonna do, you can see everything came up really good. Those are filled in very nicely. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go through, there's just some paint, you know, little spots here and there. We're gonna go ahead and get those up really quick. A little bit of paint. I think in here, yeah, there's a few here, and then a few in here that you can see on the floor. So we're gonna go ahead and get that taken care of. We're gonna vac, and then we're gonna clean and tack. When we clean and tack, what we do is we get all the particles off the floor, and it's a preparation solution for the new finish to adhere to. So anyway, guys, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and get all these little paint spots, and then vacuum, clean, and tack, and we'll be ready to go ahead and put the new finish on. Alright, so we just finished cleaning and tacking the floors. We're gonna let it dry for a little bit, then we're gonna come back through and we're gonna go ahead and start rolling the poly. And guys, I think it's gonna turn out really well. We're gonna try and tint these dark areas as much as we can. And I think it's gonna come out good. All right, guys, so we have that first coat of poly down. I'm gonna let it dry, but it is looking a lot better. So much better. So we're gonna let that dry for about 30 minutes. So we actually applied the first coat, wanted to go a little darker, so applied a little more stain. So we're gonna let it dry for a little bit, come back in, roll that last coat, and we will be finished. It's Friday, it is decently nice outside, so it's gonna be time to enjoy my weekend. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, we are finished. Just applied our last coat. It is drying now. and these floors look so much better. Again, they were aware that to get all of it to color match, that they would have to do a full sanding. They just didn't want to go that route. And to be honest with you, I like this distressed look in a home. I think it adds character, and I like it. Guys, they came out so good. We filled those spots. They came out really good. Anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. We're done for the day. It's the weekend, so I'm gonna head out and enjoy the rest of this day. I will catch you guys on the next one.